That was easy.
Yeah, that went way better than I thought.
Well, I didn't do a damn thing, but.
Yeah, what were you doing?
Making keychains out of used spark plugs that I've got 9,000 of them. So I got a little jig set up, which was your idea. It was great. So we drill, I think I got some I can show them. Right here. Used spark plug, 10 bucks, keychain. That's it.
And they're handmade with love.
That's
I like
right.
the shirt.
Yeah. I want my MTV, man.
But
so,
motor's out.
we can show them a little dingy do there.
Oh, it got a couple.
Huh?
There's a couple dingy doos under. I mean, you can see the bottom of the pans bowed out a little bit. Yeah. It got it right here, right there.
Yeah.
I didn't look on that side.
Yeah, God, man.
Yeah, a couple little dings. It wasn't happy, but I don't see any cracks on the block.
That's a good thing. Excuse me. It didn't hit the pan rail, so.
Hopefully it didn't hit a sleeve.
Yeah.
But
Steel rod. That's like a pissed off beaver in there when that thing breaks.
yeah.
So.
Well, I guess we could show them the update on the new motor.
Yeah.
So I got to get this one stripped down. I got to get all the FuelTech harness off it, my injectors out of it, flex plate. I don't know if I can use the starter. I need my cam sync. I need my belt drive off the front. But we were working away at this the other night.
Yeah, we were chipping away at it. Our girl, Penelope at Moroso, is gonna go ahead and make us a set of valve covers. These are hard to find, apparently.
Yeah, I guess they're what was it? It was a 69 Buick 455, but instead of being rounded edge, it's squared edge. It's really weird. Really weird.
I don't even know why you would go down that route, but whatever. So, just show you what's going on. Throttle body's going to be out here. Jeffrey got this cut. Well, it didn't get a cut. They had a drop, so
yeah,
we'll make a top for it. It's going to be cool. It's going to be really cool.
And
so
we're praying it's going to be underneath the hood. It measures that it's going to be all underneath the hood.
Sean, you know I love you, but goddamn, put it under the hood.
Well, I can honestly say if this thing sits underneath the hood, I'm going to order a carbon fiber hood because
cool.
Carbon fiber hood's about 3 pounds.
Yeah.
Or 4 pounds, whatever it is. So, and they still make them for this car. And they're actually not bad. They're like $1,000.
Sorry, I was up at 4 o'clock this morning, getting tired.
Good.
Yeah.
But we got to change the balancer.
Yep. Put a
I
magnet.
gotta do my crank trigger deal. I was working on flanges, so these are your typical stall pattern for a regular small block. But as you can see, the ports are just a little bit off. So I called our friends at Stainless Works, and they said that they make this. It's their 18-degree flange, and it'll fit perfect. We have a set of headers in the back that were actually from this motor a long time ago. But
you know,
the flanges are kind of
I see another problem.
What?
If they make the flanges the same, we're going to run into a valve cover issue here. You see what I mean?
Well, I mean, it had valve covers on it at one point.
Yeah.
Well, I have them headers back there. We can put those flanges on to see what the
I'd
difference
like to
is.
see, yeah. Yeah, they may be milled. I don't know. We may have to mill the flanges when they get here because you don't need all that meat up there. And
No. Well, so don't forget on the 18-degree pattern, these are all raised up about an 1/8 inch, 1/8 to 3/16. These are moved over about 3/16 and up 1/8 to give you, I mean, there's a pretty good, I mean,
I felt it. Yeah, it's got a good bit closing it off.
But it's nice. It's got T&D rockers on it. It's going to be a pretty bad piece.
I can't wait.
So I want to get the pan off that one so bad and see how bad it is to see if I just kind of jumped the gun or if this was a good move.
That was a good move no matter what. If this goes under the hood, that was the best move you made.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit how it runs, as long as it's under the hood.
Well, little backstory on this motor. So I can't remember the guy's name.
Mikey.
It was Mikey something. He had a blue 3rd gen. I remember that. But this car, or this motor in that car went 720s.
Quarter mile.
I mean, probably 10 years ago, 12 years ago.
You got to say quarter mile because a lot of guys will go, wow, is that 1/8 mile?
No.
No, it's
so quarter mile in a 3,600 pound car.
Yeah.
So
Small
this
tire.
thing makes steam.
Yeah.
So it should be good. I mean, I'm going to update it a little bit. I want to eventually save up the funds, get a new Moroso oil pan for it. That is a Moroso oil pan, by the way.
But did you see what they did? Mm-hmm. It's 2 pans.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I'm hoping that I can get this kind of out of it. I'm assuming this was for the 3rd gen because he probably still had some of the factory K-member in there.
K-member, yeah.
So I don't have to worry about that since this is a tube chassis car. So I want this all to be symmetrical. And I'm hoping that will shorten it up a little bit, but still hold the same capacity.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you're talking, there's probably 1.5 quarts, 2 quarts right there.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
So, but it's going to be nice.
I can't wait.
I'm excited. Mark
Yep.
just sent me all the specs over for the motor, so I'm going to start ordering spare head gaskets, spare intake gaskets. I already had to find the valve cover gaskets on eBay.
Yeah.
So I got 2 sets of those coming. But it's going to be cool.
Yep. So we need to see if the flex plate fits off of that car. That starter would flip-flop back and forth.
I don't remember that, but
I think it did. I remember that was a son of a bitch to buy. And
I would
think
assume the
it'll
flex
flip.
plate would be the same because it's small block.
Yeah.
I mean, I might order another one just to have a backup. I mean, that's cheap part.
I can't tell.
So
yeah, by looking at it, I can't tell. So, but yeah, no, this is going to be awesome. Well, what's your next step here?
I'm going to put that on a motor stand.
Take the flex plate off. Before you put it
Yeah,
on
I'm going
the
to take the
stand.
flex plate off. I want to take the motor plate off, and then and theoretically, I could set this thing back in.
Why don't you pull this one off this stand, put that one on this stand, put this one on the floor, you can put the flex plate on, hopefully it fits, and then we can just pick it up and put it in the car.
Yeah, no, that would be great because I would love to see if the intake fits while it's not bolted down.
I think it'd be awesome.
You know what I mean? That way, if I have to do any modifications, I don't have to unglue it and all that.
Yep.
Just the only thing that sucks is I will have to pull the motor back out to put the cam sync in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a big deal. I don't even have to pull it all the way out. I just have to pull it forward.
Yeah.
You know, which actually wouldn't be bad.
Well, I mean, for everything we need to mock up, it ain't a big
Yeah, I mean, I got to build headers. I got to
you
build an
can slide
intake
it
tube.
forward with a jack if you wanted.
Yes.
You know.
But yeah, no, let's do that. Let's get that on the stand, and then
I think it'd be a good idea.
I'm gonna go ahead and rip the oil system off that, all the lines, get all the oily mess gone,
Yeah.
and then once we get on stand, I mean, I might rip the pan off tonight just to show the carnage.
I might start drilling some more keychains.
No, it's fine. Like I said, and
Yep.
I'm good now.
All right.
Let's do it.
Good. Yep.
All right, that actually went. Oh, hold on. Let me turn the GoPro off so you guys aren't double seeing it. All right, so motor's in.
That went way better than I thought.
Way smoother.
You'll
than I
see
thought.
on the
Time lapse.
time lapse that we had to pull it back out. We couldn't get dowel pegs in, so these dowel pegs are a skosh bigger than
Yeah,
what was
they're
in
like
it.
625, and the other ones were like 620.
So we gave her a little,
yeah, just a little bit of love.
so I think the intake's gonna fit.
I know. You want to do the honors?
Yeah, oh hell
I
yeah!
say, we gotta show this.
Absolutely.
So, pardon me. I had to change the oil in a rig today, so I am covered in diesel oil. But I finished up earlier today and I was like, this motor's getting in. So since we built this car, we have always wanted the intake to be under the hood, but there's just not enough room. And I didn't have the money for a sheet metal.
Oh, look.
Oh my.
We gotta
modify the fuel rails a little bit.
I'm in.
Yeah, that's easy.
Oh man.
We gotta upgrade these anyways. So these are 8s. Yeah. I gotta put 12s.
Let's take those off.
They're just loose.
Are they?
Yeah, they're just hand tight.
Good.
That is freaking gangster. We can set the hood on and see if it's gonna clear.
Oh, I can't believe it.
Of course, I got one that's tight.
And that's the back one.
Oh, there we go.
You get it?
Yep.
Ready?
Yep.
Oh.
Boom.
Damn.
I'll take it.
Look
That's
at
gonna
that.
look sweet.
Oh my. That's gonna be cool.
Man, I don't know if that's gonna clear. It's gonna be super, super close. Sorry, I'm trying to put fuel.
Want to set the hood on?
Yeah, let me,
How are you gonna do that?
hold on, let me get
Here, I can get the hood.
well, you're gonna need help bolting it.
No, I'm just gonna set it on.
We're good.
All right.
Let me grab 2 bolts.
Look at that.
Where did all the bolts go for the hood? I think I threw them in here.
Yours is in your hinge.
Yeah. Oh, then here's one for yours.
Yep. All right.
Man, if that clears.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah, you're right. I did leave one in the hinge. Just put it in the bottom one.
Bottom?
Yeah.
Okay, easy.
Yep. Most people don't know, but I've put about 9 windshields in this thing from having the hood off.
Yeah. Wow, the distributor.
Yeah.
That was always a bitch.
Did you get yours started?
Yeah, go ahead. Get the gun.
All right. Trying to do this without knocking the camera over.
Might as well just do your shock.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna shut it.
Yeah, me too.
Oh shit, so. Okay.
Moment of truth. Oh my, that is gonna touch. But.
No, it ain't.
Well, you gotta remember it's gonna be a 3/8 plate on top of it. If it touches, it's gonna be right here.
Hey, it's latched.
That is cool.
Look, carbon fiber hood. Oh yeah. That is cool.
Yeah, let's see if we can see. Oh, no, that'll work.
Yeah, I know.
Huh, I mean, it might dent it if I go 200, but.
Well, no, we're putting a different hood on it, right?
Later on.
Well, we're not leaving these holes in the hood. I'll buy you the damn hood.
Well, no, it's not that.
We're not, yeah, this is like no, we're not doing it.
I'll make a carbon patch panel.
Boom. Ah, I love it.
That is cool. Yeah, so really, fuel rails is the only modification we got to make.
That's easy, and we needed to make new ones anyways, so.
Well, I don't know that we need to make new ones. We just need to modify those to,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, I have the stuff, so.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. That's not
That's
a big.
super easy.
Is the fuel rail taller than this?
No.
No?
Uh-uh.
Thought it was.
No. It's right there.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll be.
I can't believe this thing's gonna have a flat hood.
I love it. Hey, we could put the cam sync in without pulling the motor.
I know. I was just looking at that. It would be tight.
A lot of people don't know, but look, this is real glass. So
yes.
We've had how many windshields in this damn thing?
Honestly, I think like 5 or 6.
There's nothing cooler than a steel roof and quarter car with a real windshield.
Yes.
I think that just is badass to me.
Well, I've never really shown the interior of this car too much. I mean, she's ugly right now because it needs painted, but these are real doors. I mean, they still have speakers in them and roll-up windows. Like this isn't a shell car. The headliner's still in it actually, and the sun visors, rear view mirror.
Oh, I love it, Jeffrey. That's awesome.
That's gonna be amazing. I can't believe
no dry sump.
No, that's it. I got 4 lines.
Holy shit! You know, I'm looking at this. You could put a radiator back in this thing and drive it.
And it's water too. It's a water motor.
Back to drag week.
I'd have to change gear ratios a little bit, but I'd have to put like a 370 in this thing.
That's awesome.
I can't believe it.
Love it.
It fits like a glove.
All right.
So,
man,
I mean, I can start building headers. I can finish the intake. Wiring's gonna be easy on this. But pretty much, I mean, it's honestly gonna come down to valve covers.
I love it. Yeah. Well, and you know, Penelope and
I know
Tim
they'll come
at
through,
Moroso
but that's going to be really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Everything else is here and on it. That's the oil pan. Ooh, that oil pan's pretty low.
Yep. We may have to customize that.
Yeah.
But we can do it while it's on the car too, so that makes it even nicer.
Well, you know what? This is standard pan rail.
Is it?
It's not a 400 spread rail like that motor was, so it's a normal pan.
Oh.
So it'll just be clearancing the oil pump.
Yeah, well, that's tube. Yeah, that's nothing. Perfect.
Yeah, so I can order a different oil pan.
Oh, I love it.
That's going to be so cool. So really, the only thing belt driven on this will be
the fuel pump.
Yeah, the fuel pump cable, which is right here. That comes through this. That will be my only drive.
I love it.
There won't be anything on the cam. You said we were going to switch this, right, to get rid of the gear?
Yeah, you have to, yeah.
Oh, you have to?
We need to keep that with that belt drive, just in case we need that for something else.
Yeah.
You keep that kit together, but yeah, we'll take that off. I have bolts.
Okay.
So
reality, I got to go get bolts for the front cover. I got to order intake bolts.
Yep.
Which we have them, but we used them for other stuff. So.
Well, I got a bunch too, so I've got new kits.
Okay.
They're probably a little bit longer, so. Well, and those needed to be longer.
They need to be like 1 inch.
Yeah, what was holding that intake on was too small.
Yep.
So,
man. I'm excited too. Like normally I run billet atomizer 700s in this, and I normally have to pull the second O-ring off. I'm not going to have to on this.
no, you won't. You definitely will not have to.
So, Trippy's back.
Oh, look.
That means it's time to head home for dinner.
Oh boy. Oh boy, there's Max. All right, well that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Motor fits. Hood is on. The intake is on. It's under the hood. I can't tell you how happy that makes me. We just got a couple more things to do on this, and man, boom.
Good.
Nice job.
Let's do it.
We're out.
Pretty much after I get that intake welded and done, I can go ahead and start doing my throttle bracket and all that. The header kit should be here today. It's supposed to be here between 10 and 2. And hopefully tomorrow I can start working on headers. So try and show all that. I don't know if I'll put that in this video. That'll probably be next week's video, just due to time. I'd like to show that complete. I don't want to stop and start doing headers. I'd rather just do them all the way through and be done. But to go back over some things, Moroso is working on a set of valve covers right now because apparently these are hard to find valve covers. I do have to modify the oil pan. It's too deep for this chassis. This has a really low crank center line, which I'm talking like, I think it's 9.5 or 10 inches. So I have to, actually no, it's a little higher than that, but I have to take 1.25 inches off of the oil pan to make it so my belly pan still works, all that stuff. I mean, I can change the belly pan, but that's just more work that I don't want to get into right now. The next is plumbing. Plumbing's gonna be pretty cut and dry on this thing. I just gotta make 2 new fuel lines, well, 3 new fuel lines. And then since this is being a wet sump, this is my in and out for the oil. And I was tearing this all apart, cleaning it. I pulled it off the motor plate. So this is my Clearview oil filter. I just kind of got to find a spot to mount it. I was going to put it back where it was, but I think the intake tube is going to be too low for this to go back there. So I'm honestly thinking about mounting it down here. I don't really check this too often. I mean, I look at oil pressure religiously on data logs. So, and if I put it here, it still will be easy to check. My header should come right up through here, so I can still get all 4 bolts off. Before, when it was over here, this top line hit my intake tube, so I had to take the intake tube off to check the filter, which was kind of a pain. So I'm thinking down here is going to be the ticket. That way it's 2 short and sweet oil lines. I have a fitting coming out of the bottom that feeds the turbo, and then the turbo drain will come back to this side of the pump, and then this side will 90 down and under. And it just so happens there's already, if I can get the camera to work with me, there's already a fitting down there. So will actually be super simple plumbing wise, which I like, because this thing was kind of a mess before on lines, just because this was a dirt track oil pan and I was using it for drag racing. So you can see all the ports came out this side, which is kind of odd for us because the oil pump's always on this side. And I might even tomorrow, instead of building headers, I might start building headers, but I might tear this down and give you guys a shot of what happened. I'm kind of curious to see what happened, but I'm kind of scared at the same time because I know it's going to be expensive. So, but I still have to pull my injectors out of this motor. Sorry, I don't know what the camera's doing here. It's freaking out on me. So I got to pull the injectors out still, but I don't want to do that until I am 100% done with this intake. That way I don't risk getting any debris or anything in there. I got to add a stand for the fuel rail. This one only had 2 bolts holding it on, which I like 3, just for the fact that I run 75 to 80 pounds of base fuel pressure. That's a lot on 2 quarter 20 bolts. So just want to be safe. And I also have to add my burst panel on top of this, which I think is gonna be pretty cool. It'll be fun. I'm gonna mess with it on this top. I don't think I showed any other one. This is just a template. I got another piece already cut and drilled, ready to route, but I had a little mishap with the router right here. The wheel decided to come off, and luckily I had the height set so it couldn't dig into the intake. It could only dig into the top, which, and you don't know, that's the little blade, the follower bit. So my dad said whenever we get home from California, he's gonna help me with the top. He's really good at routing and making them look nice. I'm not that fluent with aluminum plate, because as you can see, I cut this side a little too short, but minor details. It's all fixable. So I'm gonna cool this down and see if it fits. And if it fits, I'll pick back up on time lapse of me welding. Let's get it. All right, so it cooled down and I got to straighten it out still, but this is my fitment so far. The camera will cooperate with me. Looks like there's a gap here, but it needs tapped in a little bit. But other than that, it fits the ports, the port pretty nice. Still have to die grind this, but once I weld it, I'll go in with a roll-lock wheel or whatever they call them and sit there and smooth it out. But not bad. I like it. It's kind of I'm kind of digging the style. So, all right, let's see if I can get this thing all squared up and tacked in. Let's do it. All right, so got that welded. Not as pretty as I planned, but there's definitely something weird going on with the aluminum. I don't know, either that or it's my welding rod's just dirty. But turned out all right. I like it. I'm gonna let it cool down nice and straight. I'm gonna let this whole deal cool down, bolt the throttle body on it, bolt the top on it, and then set her on and see what she looks like. And then I can start working on my intake tube and throttle. Throttle linkage is gonna be key. I need to start working on that pretty quick here. That always seems to fight me a little bit on this car because it's so short. But we'll see. Well, throttle cable's so short. But I got a Morse cable now. I really like the Morse cables. It's way easier, way simpler to do. Less messing around with stuff, so. All right, we'll let it cool down and then I'll pick back up when I get it on. Let's do it. All right, so got the intake set back on, throttle body's back on, intake top's on, not permanently, but it's looking good. I like it. One last thing to double check again. Boom. It's under the hood. It's got some clearance too. Oh, hold on. It's actually got decent clearance. So I really like it. Hood latches perfectly. Oh, this one. I really like it a lot. I think that's gonna turn out nice. So now I gotta build a bracket for my throttle cable. I gotta sit here and mess with the linkage and ratio and all that, but it's looking like it's gonna end up about right there. If I was thinking, I even thought about it, I should have moved this out more. That way my throttle linkage would have basically been straight up, which it still might be. It'll be really, really close. It just depends on where I'm able to put the ball on here. So, but luckily this has an adjustable arm that I can sit here and mess with. So that's what I'm gonna do next. Probably not gonna time lapse that because that's just gonna be, you're not really gonna be able to tell what I'm doing. But I will show you the final product. I actually have to shave the front of the intake a little bit because the bolt holes are just a skosh off. Like it bolts down, but I just want it to fit nice. So that's it. That's the intake in a nutshell. I'm still waiting on my bungs to show up for the back of the intake for the 1/8 inch NPTs. And man, still waiting on the stainless works to show up. I know it'll be here today. It's just their FedEx is always late. So, all right, let's get to it. It's all here. All right, so the stainless works kit just showed up. Actually, I didn't think I was gonna do it today, but it's early enough. I'm gonna get started on it because I can probably get it done tomorrow, but it's gonna be cool. Got their slip fit collectors. These are the flanges for the car. These are the 18-degree flanges. Pretty nice. And so I'm doing these at a 2-inch. The last set was 1 5/8, but I think 2-inch would be a little bit better for this. And man, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna get chopping, so let's do it. All right, so got the header flanges on. They fit perfect. Ports line up nice. Definitely the right flange. And I'm gonna love it. The spark plugs are gonna be nice and easy to get to on this thing. I got both sides on. I gotta finish finding header bolts for this. Looks like I'm missing 3, which I've had bolts and nuts all over the place since I started working on this thing. So it's gonna take me a minute to find them, but when I find them and get them all bolted on and tight, I'll pick back up with me mounting the collectors. All right, so turbo's mounted. Well, not mounted. I got blocks of wood holding it up to where it was. Was not what I intended to do, but it's pretty hard to relocate a turbo after you change motors and you don't really have anything to go off of and you're trying to go to old work, which is what it is. As you can see, I got gloves holding the exhaust in center of the bumper, but I like it. Throttle cable is done too, by the way. Flanges are all bolted on. I'm trying to make it so all my lines and all that stuff still fit, so I don't have to totally redo all the plumbing on this car, which every one of them will work. So, and it's pretty close to where it was. There's a little dent here. I think the turbo is a little more towards the driver's side, but I kind of want it out a little further on the exhaust just because it killed the side of the car every time it would fire up or spit water out. But throttle's done. I like it. So pretty much I'm down to headers, intake tube, and fuel plumbing and valve covers. I know I've said that a million times, but it's just kind of crazy that I can't find valve covers for this thing. It's driving me nuts because it's open, and obviously I got to build headers, but it is what it is. So tomorrow is my plan of attack is at least get one side, or get both the collectors mounted and then get one tube made. That way it'll kind of hold itself in position. And they're going to be pretty intricate. They're going to be a little different because they sent me the merge collectors. And well, this is what I wanted, but I just want to show you how different the length is compared to what their normal one is. So a little bit different, but I mean, in reality, it's right there. Just makes the bends a little bit tighter, but I like it. It's coming along nicely, and man, hopefully I can have this thing running by the end of next week. That would be my ultimate goal. I would love to hear it fire up. I know Steve, the one that I bought the motor off of, I know he would love to hear it fire up. So we'll see. See how rowdy it is. I don't know anything about the cam specs. I know it was a turbo cam, but the cam in that motor was pretty gnarly. Or I guess you guys don't like that word. It was pretty radical for a turbo car, but it did work. It worked very well. So we'll see. We'll see how this one sounds and turns out. I mean, if I got to order a camshaft later on, not a big deal. I can at least race it on the camshaft that's in it. I know it's 4 turbo and I know it's been proven, so we'll see. But that's where I'm going to end today. I got a lot of cleaning to do. The shop's a wreck for me tearing this apart and cutting aluminum and all that, so I'm going to hold off. Plus I need these flanges. I have them at my house. Didn't really think about it. Should have brought them down today, but that's a wrap. I'm going to stop there. So make sure you like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned for more. Next will be headers, intake tube, and I mean, really, hopefully the next video I can do all that and get this thing fired up. So stay tuned. See you later.